Flickin Off, baby. Episode 18. We're legal. Jacob just said we're legal, baby. That was funny. Last week's episode, guys, we did Trouble with the Curve. If you're new here, we're flicking off. Two cousins. I'm Mark. That's Jacob. Every single episode we're coming to you, we're breaking down a movie that we have connected some way, shape, or form from the next. And last episode, again, we did Trouble with the Curve. And today's episode's going to be Nocturnal Animals. Nocturnal Animals. Directed by Tom Ford. Guys,
my link was Amy Adams, of course. A great
Amy Adams, starring Amy Adams, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and the great Michael Shannon.
Yes,
the amazing. Fucking Michael Shannon.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This guy steals every scene he's in. You know, I basically want to say he steals the movie, but there's a good portion of the movie he's not in. But every scene he's in, he's killing it.
He was in half the movie. I mean, he played a big representation. We'll get into all that. Tom Ford was the director. If you don't know who Tom Ford is, a lot of people might not. If you're just like, not into the fashion scene at all. I'm not saying I am. I'm not saying Jacob is, but Tom Ford is like, one of the biggest designers in fashion, period. When I saw his name as the director, I kind of thought it was a different Tom Ford. I wasn't expecting to get the Tom Ford.
Yeah.
And then I was more curious. I was like, well, damn, how many movies has he directed? It's only 2. So he's only done 2 movies. This one and another one called Single Man. And I don't know anything about Single Man, but I kind of want to check it out after seeing this movie. Pretty fucking incredible. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, this was just like a Redbox pickup back, when that was a thing. And so, I would get movies that had just come out of the theater and just come out onto disc, get them for $1.50, and I just was like, what is this movie? Like, it was really good. And
the cover's kind of insane. It's like Amy Adams, like looking, and it's very designer-ish. It's very like the cover of a perfume bottle.
Well, the whole movie is very, it's gritty when it's supposed to be, but a lot of this movie is very slick looking and very,
it looks good. A lot of ass and titties in this movie, but mostly ass.
Well, it starts off that way. Starts off that way with the art show, with the large ladies in the art show, and that's
the large naked ladies, the massive naked women just jumping around. I got a little note about that. I think that was like Tom Ford's like whole like F you to having the perfect body and whatnot. I wrote down some notes about that. That was like he intended to do that, like to make a statement.
It's an opener. It's a way to open a movie. When you start off, you're going, okay, I don't know what I'm in for here. That's a way to open a movie. Like,
it was insane. I kind of was thinking the same thing when the opening, like them just jumping up on the trampoline. What was even more interesting was during the art show, like the whatever you call that. I don't know what that is, but they had him
like
just
the
laying
installation
there.
Where they had him laying, like they had him on, like fluorescent lights, like fluorescent lit floors, and the women are just laying on them. Yeah, that's
like
pretty
in
crazy.
The same nakedness, same costumes, and they look dead. Like one of them's face down. And yeah, you kind of didn't know what you were getting yourself into in the opening of that. This movie got a 7.4 on IMDb, guys.
Yeah.
Which we talk about a lot. That's kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
If it's a 7 or above, you're probably looking at a really incredible film. There's not going to be, as far as opinions, like the opinion base, I think if it's a 7, it's 70% of people would say this movie is good. And that's really fucking... That's pretty good. But yeah, the look of this movie, man, really, really insane. Even when I remember Amy had this scene where she calls her daughter, and it's the one she had with the dude she left. or the guy she met in college, and she's like laying there, but it's like it's her ass. Like it just like there's two naked people laying in bed clearly, but it's like she looks like she's laying down on like a couch, or like she's kind of posing, but she's not. She's just asleep. I was
Yeah.
like, man, it's just, it looks like art. Like
Yeah.
fucking looks
Yeah, I
just like
mean,
art.
a lot of the movie is like that as far as, like, it just looks very artistically done, very purposeful, and, you mentioned Tom Ford's a big fashion designer, and, like, one of the
Huge.
things he did on purpose was he said he didn't want, like, any of his stuff in the movie, and he wanted to let the costume designer do their thing and let them do it because he
Right.
didn't want it to come off as, like, a Tom Ford commercial or something,
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and I thought that was pretty cool, like,
Well, his name's already all over it. He's the director,
yeah, and I'm sure he worked with the costume designer and stuff. I mean, of course, it's a
Yeah, yeah.
collaborative effort, but, like, I thought that was cool. When Amy Adams said in some of the special features, like, this is, like, up to that point at least, that was the best dressed she's ever been for a movie.
Oh,
Like, she was
yeah.
like, it was awesome, like, all these
She was
different
gorgeous.
wardrobes and stuff. Yeah.
Even, like, she had so many different ways she did her hair, like, it was almost the same style, but just different things she'd do in the front. Um, yeah, like, the look of this movie was really sleek, it was really crisp, and, what I read that was well, this was Jacob's pick. Why'd you pick this movie? It was just one of those red box, like, never heard of it, saw it,
It
bought
was
it,
just
and
one of
loved
those
it?
saw it and really liked it, and, this was probably, I think, the 4th time I've watched it, and it really stuck with me those first few watches, and it had been a little while since I watched it, and when I was looking through possible picks, I was like, "This is a good one," and it's really you get 2 movies in one really with this one. I mean, there's
I was
lots of
just yeah.
stories that are done like this or done in 2 different parts, but the way it's interwoven with, the book, again, for our audience, we're gonna be spoiling the crap out of this movie, but, the basic premise of this movie is Amy Adams is her first husband sends her a manuscript for a book. He wanted to be a writer and he's finally getting a book published. And it's written inside for Susan, and he wants her to read it and proof it, even though it's going to come out anyway,
Right.
because it's for her. And so when I refer to 2 movies, we get the story that is Amy Adams in present day, and then her reading this book and her mental interpretation of this book, which is very interesting because that's how Tom Ford chose to, like, view it. I don't know, the source material here is a book from 1993 from Austin Wright called
Right.
Tony and Susan that they adapted, and, uh, I've never read it, so I don't know how
Me neither.
closely adapted it is to the book, but, the manuscript, his book is called Nocturnal Animals, and that's what Tom Ford chose to call this movie, and I think that's a much better title
Oh,
than
yeah.
Tony and Susan.
Yeah.
Nocturnal Animals is a good title, and
Yeah.
it's cool because that was Amy Adams' first husband, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, Edward Sheffield. That was, like, his pet name for her in the movie, like, she even mentions at one point in the movie, "He called me a nocturnal animal,"
Right, right, right,
because she
right.
would be up all the time at night doing stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but to get back to her interpretation of this manuscript in her head, Tom Ford chose to, like, use things throughout the story that she would imagine, just like when you're reading a book, you're imagining it in your mind. So she uses real things from her life. She says her first husband would write about himself often. So she puts the image of her first husband as the main character because that's more than likely who it is. He's sort of writing about himself in a fictionalized way. And then she uses a woman that looks similar to her in the story, played by Isla Fisher, who it's funny because Amy Adams said they often get mistaken in Hollywood for each other. So she thought that was like really perfect casting. But there's also like cars and other things that we see, like when they flash back to scenes with her and her husband. One of the arguments they have, there's a car there on the road that's the car that the gangsters are driving in the manuscript, and that's because she's imagining real stuff from her life, and it takes a couple viewings to start to pick up on all that stuff, but when you start to pick up on it and make all these little connections, it makes the movie that much cooler. Like, you really, like, realize, like, "Oh, this is done with detail and intention."
It's a lot of detail in, like, first watch through. I know for certain, like, 10 years ago, I probably would have turned it off in the middle because of just, like, I didn't even realize, like, I didn't know the book was, like him writing about their breakup until, like, way after the movie, like, but if I felt like knowing that as an audience, watching it before, because basically it's like you said, you get 2 movies. You get when she's reading this book that her ex-husband and she broke up, like, you don't know it's a revenge story until, like, and that makes you wanna it's rewatchability is like 10,000% at that point. So it's like, for a movie like this, it it's epic, but you gotta watch it twice to really see it all and, like, understand the symbolism and everything, and, like, just, like, how
Yeah.
you're going in depth describing it, and it's like, you have to, though. This is
Yeah.
one of those scripts that's like, okay, like, this is something to, like, take apart and see what's going on.
Well, because I had seen this one a few times, I do a little inside baseball here for the audience. Like, if it's a movie I haven't seen that you give me to watch, like, I won't look up anything about it. I'll just watch the movie first, right? But if
I
it's something I picked and I've seen it a few times, sometimes I'll do my research before I even rewatch it, and write some of my notes. And so, in researching it before I watched it, one of the things I found was somebody wrote on IMDb about all these like things that are green throughout the movie. And every time you see things that are green, like usually something bad happens.
Oh, wow, I didn't notice
It
that. That's not
like
something I noticed.
the gangster is wearing like lime green boots, like Aaron Taylor
That's
Johnson.
right, I
Like,
do remember that part, that's right.
they're driving a green car, like, there's a list of them, but in the
Yeah,
end, like, to jump to the end, Amy Adams wears a green dress and then goes to the restaurant
that's right.
where she gets stood up, and there's even, like, a green theme to the restaurant, and, like, I thought that was cool because, I don't know if this was just one person's analysis, I couldn't find much else about it, but, green is typically associated with, like, envy, green with envy, and I thought
Right. He's
that's
probably right.
interesting
I
because
noticed I noticed the shoes in her dress. That was the 2 green things that stick out to me. That's all I can think of, but I know there's
yeah,
more, I mean,
yeah,
but
but
that's how in depth the shit is. I mean, this
yeah.
whole movie was like, you really gotta, like I said, like, you can't just watch this movie one time and be
Well, I
like,
don't fault you for not getting that stuff at all. I mean, like, when I first watched this movie, there was so much
"Getting what
about it I
stuff?"
didn't get. Well, you said, that you didn't really get that it was like the novel was a sort of.
Till the middle of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because
I
for
was
me.
fully expecting them to have dinner, like, the fact that she got stood up, I was like, "Wait, she gets stood up?" And I'm like, "Oh, wait, duh," like, and then I had to watch it again. I mean, it just was, look, for the listeners, this is an incredible movie to watch because honestly, it's probably one of the most or more different movies that I've ever seen. I mean, just the way that it's shot. I even read they shot this movie super fast. A lot of it was because the cast was all working on stuff during the time. Like Michael Shannon, for example, I think I read he shot all his scenes in 2 weeks. Like period. Like he was
Yeah,
done with the
yeah.
movie in 2 weeks.
I
And
could see that, yeah.
yeah, like, and he did a really good job. I think he was actually the one that got nominated for a Golden Globe because of that role. Can't
Dude, he should have. I mean, he's got
ah,
some monologues that are just amazing. I
he's
mean,
good, man. He's good. I mean,
yeah.
Michael Shannon, dude. I mean, you almost want to link it to Michael Shannon some way. Hint, 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 hint. But
Like, I mean, there's so much going on with this movie that I could say. I enjoy all the performances. I enjoy Jake Gyllenhaal. He gets to play dual
who
roles.
stole the show for you in this
I
movie?
mean,
Like,
like I said at the top of the episode, I gotta go with Michael Shannon.
really, you choose his role over all the performances.
Yes. I mean, look, everybody has their own personal.
But for this movie, I mean, like, I know you're a fan of his, but like for this movie, you're
I
like he
thought
did
the way
great.
he delivered some of his dialogue, it was just on another level. It was
Look,
like they say that acting's all about choices, right? And like that's the
he makes some
thing.
good
He
choices.
knows that like this is it. Like this is what's going in the movie. I don't know if this is a director who does a ton of takes or not, but it's like,
He
you
doesn't.
know,
He's actually he's very efficient from what I read and gathered. I got some notes that I wrote down about that. He's basically like a sniper. He doesn't waste time. He doesn't reshoot things like for, fillers and whatnot. His precision, attention to color, like you were just pointing out, texture and lighting, composition, emotional storytelling, through visuals pretty much. And, he might be the only guy who went from designing Gucci suits to like making movies, dude. Honestly, I wrote that down. I mean, he self-funded the entire thing because he didn't want the studios to water this down. He was very so like, yeah,
dude, one thing I was thinking when I was watching it, now totally different movie and they don't look anything alike, but I was thinking about our Mandy episode and just talking about how certain directors just imbue a movie with style.
yeah. And they got
And
like
that's
they
what he does with this movie. And it's not just style over substance. He's got them both. He's got a killer script. He's got great actors and he's got style. Like
I mean,
it's good.
dude,
It
he
works.
he doesn't shoot multiple takes for safety. He doesn't shoot extra angles and any alternative visions, like none of that. Like he knew exactly what he was doing when he went into it. And you can kind of tell because of just like there's only really 3 places in the movie, 4 places in the movie. You got the desert in those trailers, and
Yep.
then you got the police station, you got
Amy
dinner at a
Adams'
restaurant,
house, the
Amy Adams'
big
house.
house.
And
Yeah.
that's it. And then like dude, in some of those like I said, with the girl laying down when she called her daughter, like the way she was laying down, it looked like a portrait almost. And
Yeah.
not only that, when Jake Gyllenhaal in the book, Tony in the
Yeah.
book, is like, he's stranded in the middle of the desert and he finds that barbed wire fence to like mullage
Yes.
his way through. Like that back shot. I don't know how they got that camera up there and like and took
Y
that shot of him, but that was really cool. That I enjoy stuff like that. It's why I like the Safdie brothers so much. They use a lot of like space and they do it from different like they know the angle that they're going in for each scene. Like
Yeah.
when they're in the restaurant, when they're in the mall, when they're in the car detailing place, like whatever the case may be. I
Dude, it's
mean,
really cool to hear that he's like that, not just efficient with it, but like you
well,
said, he's made his choices and he knows what he wants to do. Like
he did
that's
it in 24 days. That
I
was kind
mean,
of crazy.
yeah.
Shooting a movie in less than a month, man.
No, I mean, like I said, I love Michael Shannon in this, but all the main leads kill it. I mean, Amy Adams, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Jake Gyllenhaal, they all kill it. It's really good. This movie can be tough to watch at times. I mean, it's
It was. It was,
like,
and it was during a lot of times.
yeah, I mean, he's like, I think the way that this movie deals with all kinds of things. The way that Jake Gyllenhaal's, like, manhood is challenged by these people that kidnap his wife and daughter, like, and how that's a theme that runs throughout, like, because the real Jake Gyllenhaal, that was married to Susan, he has a thing about being called weak by Susan and feels like she's referred to him as weak several times, and, like, so the way all that stuff is weaved into the fictional character is really beautiful. You know, you called it a revenge story. It is a revenge story, but it's like so many stories. And you also get like a small cameo. She's only, I think, in one scene by Jenna Maloney in the art gallery.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And
yeah, you do.
that's when we see what made me think of it was I was thinking of the painting that Susan walks by that says revenge. And that's a big thing that it seems like people who review this movie, people who talk about this movie, they talk about that scene and
When she drops her phone, like right in front of
about
her.
oh, yeah, like, yeah. Just all that stuff and what the revenge painting means, like but also, like, how on the nose it is. It's interesting because this movie is filled like we said, it opens up at an art show. This movie is filled with art, and one of the interesting things is the nude art show at the beginning and the revenge painting Tom Ford had made for this movie, right?
Yeah.
He had them commissioned and made. Everything else you see in the movie is real high-end art that
No, I
comes from
know.
Tom Ford's personal collection. Even that giant metal balloon sculpture that was outside of
Yeah,
Amy Adams, that's his. He owns
I
that.
bet. He's
Like,
dude, he's a fucking fashion designer. Like, I mean, that opening thing he did was like a tribute to his anger at perfect bodies. Like, he's had multiple statements where he's always chatted about that. I think he did a couple of runways with plus size girls or women that were just like that in the beginning of that movie that we've seen. And he used his stuff that he designed for them to wear. I mean, it's this movie is Tom Ford for sure. I mean, I haven't seen the other one, Single Man, and like I said in the beginning of the show, it was pretty incredible to see that it was the designer Tom Ford. Because when I saw Tom Ford as the director, I was like, was this another Tom Ford? Like, is there more than one? You know, is there one for the movies and then one for the designer world? No, he's doing both, baby. He's doing both. I thought Aaron Taylor Johnson's performance for me was like the best. I mean, he went a little, I mean, in that scene where he's like shitting on the fucking toilet outside the trailer, like
yeah.
that was epic. That was a pretty cool scene.
Did you read anything about how he got this role?
No, I didn't.
That
I didn't
this is
read
a
how like I
interesting,
didn't read
like,
how any of the actors ended up getting the role. No.
Tom Ford is friends with him and his wife, and he let him read the script, and he wanted him to play this role, and Aaron was like, "No, thank you, Tom, like, thanks, it's a great part, but I don't think I'm the right guy, like, you
Right.
need somebody else." And they were having dinner, and Tom said he kept seeing this expression on Aaron's face that just made him think, like, if I can make him realize that that's what he
What
needs
he's
for this
going for.
character.
Yeah.
So he told him, and so he gave it a shot, and he ended up winning an award for the part too, just
Oh
like you
wow.
said Michael Shannon did. So, like,
I thought it was Michael Shannon, the one that won, but I didn't
well,
read
I
that
think the
either.
both of them did win
Okay.
something, but I'm not sure. You said Golden Globe for Michael Shannon. I can't
I
remember. I
don't
might
like
have it in
looking
my
at
notes, but
awards for this show. I
I'm
mean,
not.
like, I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm
it's
not
about
big into
awards. I
awards.
mean,
I mean,
some
I
movies
think for some people in
it's
Hollywood it matters, and some it doesn't. You know, it's just like anything else. You
well,
know.
for awards for me, it's like this. It's like I've seen so many great movies that I consider some of my favorite movies of all time
Yeah,
that were
they're
not
never gonna be
considered for any
considered.
award.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And sometimes you'll see movies like Titanic. Like, all right, I get you, great movie. But man, the way it mopped up at the awards was just almost unfair. It's just like because
It's like
every single
nothing else
major,
exists.
right?
Like,
It's like
yeah, yeah.
what is if that? It's kind of like the way they do college football, man. It's like who is in charge of deciding who gets the credit and when? I mean, I think that should always be up to the people. I think it's why me and you and so many other people out there love IMDb because it's mostly user ratings. Like the people are in control, I mean, of, who gets the accolades or whatnot.
So oh, go ahead.
I'm
No,
not
go
saying
ahead.
awards are undeserving, like that's not what I'm trying to say. I just think the way that we go about distributing awards is sometimes immensely
Yeah.
unfair, but
So at the heart of this story, you really got like a tale of like betrayal, right? And you talked about the revenge, right, of this betrayal. And one of the things I read and it really had me thinking about it and was interesting. It was something Tom Ford said, and all he said was, "It's interesting how revenge, the way it's portrayed in films and movies, is so different from the way revenge actually looks in real life." And that statement really stuck with me. And when I thought about it in relation to the movie, it's so true because the fictionalized work, the book, like Tony's revenge against Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, like that's what we're used to seeing, right? We're used to seeing like they've kidnapped somebody, they've got somebody tied up, they got guns on them, right? Versus like this revenge that Edward has sort of enacted in real life where he really all he's done is live up to what he said he was going to do.
right.
All That's all he really did. All he did was write the book that he said he was always going to write and get it published and say, "Look, here's my life and here's what I'm doing with my life." And she's realizing that 20 years later her
She made
life
the wrong
isn't
choice.
really she made the wrong choice.
Right.
That's the most succinct and beautiful way to say it. She made the wrong choice.
Right. No, I thought it was a beautiful movie. I mean, for the listeners, if you're not following yet, it's like this she's reading the book, but the book was written like every character in the story, the other movie that you get in this movie is a symbol of, I think Aaron Taylor Johnson's character was, all the decisions that Amy made, like breaking up with him, aborting their daughter, choosing the other guy. Like he plays all the crazy rational decisions and, you know, I forget the Detective Andes, I think was his name, like played by Michael Shannon, was
Yes.
truth, the honesty of the character and everything. And hold on, I wrote it down here. I mean, it's just it's a beautiful movie and it's unlike any movie I think I've ever seen when I was watching it. I mean, I was really upset the first time I watched it. That ending is brutal. The ending is brutal. I get it. After rewatching it, I got to calm down. Like it ended perfectly, honestly. I mean, but
I
you
was
know,
wondering how you were gonna take it because also it's it's like you get the gist of it, but it is a little ambiguous, and Tom Ford does say, like, he doesn't want to reveal what he thinks
he's not
Edward's motivations are. He thinks it's up to the audience to decide what they think when they watch the movie Edward's motivations are. To me, it just seems pretty, no offense, but somewhat basic. Like his motivations are
but
what I
it's
said, just to show where he's at in his life and say, look, here's where I'm at. And I did become a good writer. And he was able to get out how he felt about her and their relationship in
through
this
the story,
fictionalized
yeah.
work.
I mean, it was basic. I get what you're saying, but I think the only issue anybody's going to have with it from a director's perspective is he didn't spoon feed the audience. Like you really have
No.
to pay attention and like I said, the rewatchability comes into play because there are some movies that you watch for the first time and you're not gonna it's just like a album. You can't understand how great an album is listening to it one time. Like, you're gonna have to listen to the album, in my opinion, for at least a month. You're gonna have to let the book, after you read it, sit on you for at least however much you want to say. Like, but I still appreciate it for the fact that, like I said, the way it looked, the way it was shot, how it was done, 2 movies in one, and her reading the book and we're seeing her interpretation, like how in depth everything was. Solid. I mean, for
Yeah.
somebody that's only done 2 movies, and I think this was his second. I don't want to speak out of turn, I might be wrong, but pretty
No,
sure
you're
this was his
correct.
second.
That's at least that's what's on IMDb. It's just a
Dude,
simple man in there.
for your second movie ever, I think Tom Ford's pretty incredible. I'd love to meet this man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's insane. I mean, come on, let's just give flowers when they're due. I mean, the movie itself is a wild watch, and like you said, it's hard to watch. Some of the scene is brutal, it's real, it's crazy, it's heartfelt, it crushes you. I mean, dude, my heart sunk a couple of the scenes, especially when they go. And he did this brilliant way of, like, in the beginning, you don't know if Michael Shannon is on Tony's side or not yet.
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, I thought he didn't believe Tony. And I think that was just attributing, like, I think that's just brilliant acting, is what it is like, he's a little weary at first because he doesn't know if this guy's lying or not, but then he shows up.
Yeah.
His daughter and wife are laying on the bed naked, or the couch naked, dead. I mean, dude, and let's just talk about this scene. The scene when the most gut-wrenching scene for me was when Michael Shannon, he was like, "Do you want to know what happened to your daughter and wife? Like,
Oh, yeah.
the morgue resorts came back, or the whatever, like, he did the autopsies." He
Yeah.
said, "The autopsies, would you like to know?" And dude, when he listed all, he did it so, like, dry and
Yeah.
straight to the point, and just like you said, like you were noting on earlier, like, basic, like, just, here it is. This is what happened.
Yeah.
And it's some crazy shit, man, like, to hear. And then
And
you put yourself in the mind of a father and a husband, you're like, "Holy shit, man." Like,
sometimes with the really good acting, I mean, it's one of those things that's hard to, like, vocalize. You just know it when you see it. You're just like, "Holy crap."
holy
You know what
shit,
I mean? It's,
man,
like,
yeah.
hard to but it's you know, I think anybody who watches this movie
It's
can
gonna like it.
even if they don't agree that Michael Shannon's the best part of the movie, can at least see where I'm coming from on that.
Yeah, no, I'm not no, dude, I mean, yeah, I don't think no one's gonna just everyone, like you said, did a really good job, and it wasn't just, like, the main roles, like, even I'm not even a big fan of this guy. I remember, last episode, we were talking about Gore Verbinski, and, the movie he did with Johnny Depp and the other guy, Army Hammer is his man.
Yeah,
Yeah, but The Lone Ranger is the movie we talk about. Not a
yeah.
big fan of Army Hammer. I
I
feel
I've
like
never been a
he's
huge fan either. We had, Andrea Riseborough in here as well.
I saw that she played, and shout out
Riseborough,
to you and Mandy, because I wouldn't even known who this chick was until we did Mandy. I was like, "That's Mandy right there. It's gotta
yeah.
be fucking." Yeah, there was a lot of, like, big net, like, Michael Sheen was in this movie, dude.
Yeah,
Like, holy
yeah, that
shit.
guy is great, yeah,
He's
I'm just
awesome.
looking through my notes, looking at some of that stuff too, and just seeing what kinda stuff
Yeah, we
missed.
did Bobby.
It, like you're talking about, like, emotionally gut-wrenching scenes, and, like, there's the scene, one of the flashback scenes between Edward and Susan where they're, like, walking, and it's sorta like a breakup scene. They're, like, walking down the street, and
Yeah, and he's like, "No, we are perfect for one another." She's like, "I don't
yeah,
think we are."
like, he has this line, and I wrote it down. Every now and again I do this. I'm gonna go ahead and just read it because it's really great. He says, "When you love someone, you work it out. You don't just throw it away. You may never get it back. You have to be careful. And, like, that is, like, the whole crux of this entire movie,
For
like,
real.
that's what this movie is about.
When he said that, I was like, that's literally this whole movie. I remember saying that in my head when he gave that line. But I don't, you know what? To nat on to Jake Gyllenhaal a little bit more, that fucking accent that he gave for the old, Western tech guy, like
Yeah,
Western Texas motherfucker, like, I mean, he really did good. I mean, that was a
yeah.
good fucking, and we were
And
just
see, I
talking
don't
about
know,
his,
you're in Texas now, so you get to meet more Texans,
no,
and, like,
we, dude,
I thought it sounded good.
when we were talking about the Sisters Brothers and his accent and the Sisters Brothers, I mean, it's just a massively different accent, but it's the same country accent. It's just got different. He's a brilliant actor, is all I'm trying to say. I mean,
Yeah.
the dude really can kill some fucking accents, man. I mean, um, yeah, it was a good movie. I mean, I enjoyed it. I
What did you
honestly want,
think? I had to look this up because I had to rewind it this time, like, at the end, major spoilers here,
dude, I
when
had to
Tony
rewind it
when
a
when
billion
Tony
times.
when Tony okay,
A
so at
billion
the end,
times.
he gets in a gun battle with Aaron Taylor Johnson. He, like, shoots him twice, and then Aaron Taylor Johnson hits him with a poker, right, and knocks him out. He wakes up, and he can't see because his face is all swollen, I guess from getting hit with the poker, right?
Eh,
And he almost trips over Aaron Taylor Johnson's dead body. Then
his
he goes
head,
out
yeah.
crawling around in the desert, and then he, like, falls on his gun and shoots himself. And I had to rewind it because Amy was like, "Did he do that on purpose?" And I was like, "I don't think so." And, like, you watch it, and it's like,
He might
it's
have
so
though.
ambiguous, and it happens really quick, and it cuts. It's just like boom. Like, it's some of the stuff like that. It's like you said, the fact that he knew what he wanted and he made these choices, and it was like, this is how I want it. That's cool, man. I mean, that's
What was crazy about that scene too was like he zoomed in on Aaron Taylor Johnson's head and like filmed Jake's foot like tripping on his
yeah,
face. Like I was like, he literally took the angle of the camera, zoomed it in to just where you see the legs coming down from the top of the screen, and he's like kicking Aaron's dead face. I thought that was different, honestly, when I saw that,
yeah,
because you're talking about that exact same scene,
yeah.
and I just I, I don't want to like there were some like just some stuff was like a little much though. Like I love that scene where he's on the toilet shitting, but the backstory behind it was so precise. It was like he's like, "Oh yeah, well that's your boy over there. His name's this and he's a plumber. That give it to the toilet being on his front porch. That's why that's there. He's a plumber, but that's why he's fancy. I was just like, all right, we didn't need the whole backstory and why there's a toilet on the front that works. I mean, if he flushes the toilet, you see that it works, and the audience could just be like, oh wow, how does he got a toilet working on the fucking
uh,
deck? I felt like because like you said, he's not a director at heart. He probably was like, no, I gotta explain this to the audience. I can't just but me, I'm like, no, let him. You already got a toilet on the front deck, Tom. Like, I mean, you don't gotta explain
well,
everything. I mean,
talk about, being in control. One of the
oh yeah.
trivia things on IMDb said that Tom Ford personally groomed Aaron Taylor Johnson's facial hair for the film. So he cut it to get it exactly the way he wanted it to look. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I
It
mean,
looked overgrown. It looked like he just like it like some of the scenes, it looked like it that's I did notice that like his facial hair changes a couple of times because I
yeah,
think like in the book when she's reading when it skips forward, like he actually added growth in this was a really in detail movie. Very,
yeah,
very specifically thought out and shot frame by frame movie. You can clearly tell that. I mean, it's very quick too. Like some of the edits when they were in and they were doing the investigation or whatever where they brought in the first guy that leaves them stranded. Like the way the camera cuts to like every dial, everything that's being said, it's like cutting back, and it's like I don't know, like but he didn't do it in every scene. It was cool to watch, but it was frustrating the first time for me. I had to keep rewinding because I thought I saw something and I needed to see, but it
Yeah.
ended up being something you didn't need to see. And then,
Yeah.
like I said, I never picked up on the green objects. I'm sure if I saw that, I'd be like, wait, was that green? Was that green? Like, I don't know. It was a good movie, but for me, first go, frustrating as fuck. I woke up the next morning, watched it again. Now that I knew,
Yeah.
it made it much more of a very like you felt it more, in my opinion,
Yeah. Well,
for
I mean,
sure.
definitely on the first watch, you get a lot of, even though it has a slow pace, once the novel gets going, which is pretty quickly, it's sort of edge of your seat for a lot of the movie. Like, holy crap, what's about to happen? What's about to happen? Like, because it's like, if you get in the mindset of Tony in the novel, it's like heart wrenching,
Yeah.
for a lot of the story. And also, like, if you get in the head of, like, Amy Adams, like, reading this story and, thinking about, like, the choices that she's made over the course of their relationship and stuff, and yeah, so, not to beat a dead horse, let me check my notes before we wrap this part up and see what else we got. Well, I mean, here's one thing, like, dude, Focus Features paid $20 million for global distribution rights after a bidding battle at Cannes. And at the time, this was the highest amount ever paid for a film at the festival for distribution rights.
Oh, I
So
read he got a
when they
standing
saw this,
ovation
they
at that
really
festival.
liked it. Yeah, it was a big deal.
10
People,
minutes, I read. It was a
yeah,
10-minute standing ovation.
yeah. Okay, here's who was considered for Aaron Taylor Johnson's role, but he backed out. Joaquin Phoenix.
Ooh, why'd he
I
back out,
mean,
though? Probably
Joaquin in that role would have been, ooh, it would have been
nasty.
rough. It would have been nasty.
It
Yeah.
would have been nasty, for sure. But why does it say why he backed out?
It does not. That was all it said. Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah,
think
shit,
that's
since
pretty
you ain't
much
got
most
nothing
of
else
what
to
I said.
motherfucking say, we're gonna get into that motherfucking high hope train. Choo, choo, motherfuckers. Hype train. Every
Hype,
single
hype.
episode, me and Jacob go over our movie that we are most hyped for that has not been released yet, in production, already been shot, just waiting to hit this, whatever the fuck it is. If it's 30 years from now, if it's tomorrow, if it already got released, like, one of my fucking hype trains. This is the motherfucking hype train, baby. I'm pretty excited for mine today because I just read about it like 3 days ago, and I was like, instantly, I'm like, yeah, that's the one. But I'll let
Cool.
Jacob go first. You seem a little excited. You got a big smile on your face,
Well,
Jacob.
I was gonna say I think I should go first because mine's. I don't. I am hyped to see this, but I was having a little trouble this week. Sometimes you got lots of choices, other times you got less choices. And this was a movie I saw a trailer for. I want to say about a couple months ago, probably, and it's a horror movie called Primate.
Okay.
Basically got a killer monkey movie here, right? Group of friends are on a tropical vacation turns into a terrifying primal tale of horror and survival.
What's it called again?
Really, Primate.
Prime 8?
No, Primate.
Primate.
Yeah.
All right.
And it
My bad.
releases January 9th, 2026. So just after the new year. Directed by Johannes Roberts or Johannes Roberts. I'm not sure how he pronounces it. But he's done a lot of smaller horror movies. His bigger ones that he's most known for are like 47 Meters Down, the shark movie. Um, it looks like most of the cast is not like really known actors, but they have like credits. You know, they've done some work, but it's not a lot of faces you recognize. So that can be cool sometimes because it feels real. Really, what attracted me to this is like the shots of the ape or the chimp look really good. And in Nope, Jordan Peele's movie, the scenes with the chimp are the most terrifying parts of the movie. And this movie, I'm hoping will be, you know, all chimp scenes from Nope, basically. Like it'll be all that, right? It probably won't be, and it won't be that great. But
I
that's
wasn't a
my
big
hope for
fan of
this
Nope.
movie. Nope's I mean, my Jordan Peele list, you know, go in the order they're released. Top one is Get Out, then it's Us, and then it's Nope. You know, there's a lot of people who like Nope a little bit more than Us. I'm in the other camp. I like Us a little bit more than I
I
like
got to
Nope.
rewatch Us,
Yeah,
but it was good. I
yeah,
remember saying that after getting done. I like Jordan Peele, but for me, Nope was kind of like just silly at times for me
yeah,
personally. But
yeah. I
so
mean, there's a
it's
lot of
Primate. Who Jordan? This is a Jordan Peele movie.
no, 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 no,
I was about to
no,
get
no, not
super
at all.
hype.
No, no, I would get way more hyped if it was a Jordan
Way.
Peele movie. Way the hype level would be out here, be out of the frame. You wouldn't even see it, right?
I know. I
Okay.
wonder why I ain't
There's
done
so
another one
many
yet.
things coming up though. We got some great hype trains coming up that I'm just waiting. I don't want to wait till we get too close. I want to leave some room, but there's also some things we don't have enough info on. I'll go ahead and just talk about one real quick because there's just not enough info out there. But Steven Spielberg's doing another movie, right? And it's another sort of all we know about it is it's an alien movie of some kind, right? And it's been a while since he's, you know, he did E.T., Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Like, so that's supposed to be coming and it's kept tightly under wraps. They're not saying anything about it. Once we get more news on that, or if we get a trailer for whatever that is, they haven't even released the name of the damn thing.
Right.
I will
I was just
be
about to say,
hyped
what
through
movie
the
are you
roof.
talking about? Like
Yeah,
fucking, it's the
Steven
new Alien
Spielberg, that's
though.
all you need to know. No, no,
Yeah.
just not the alien like the xenomorph alien, like,
Oh, it's like a new Alien movie.
yeah, and that's all we know about it, so I don't know if it takes place in space, on Earth, we don't know anything
What's the
about it,
last
man.
movie Steven Spielberg's done? Was it Ready Player One? Or has he
Uh,
done one since then?
yeah, no, he's done some since then. He did, oh gosh, I'm not gonna remember the name of it. West Side Story. He did a remake of that, the musical. He also did The Fablemans, which was really good, which is loosely based on his life story. And
Did
I
he do
can't
Indiana Jones 5? Did he do that?
no, he did not direct that one. He produced it, but he let oh crap. I can't remember. I know the guy's name. It's just not coming to me right this second. And I'm sure there's some fans out there screaming their heads off. But
Yeah, no, yeah. I get the texts a lot. I get a lot of texts. I'm like, bruh. Um, no, that's cool. So Primate, when's
January
the
6th, 2020, January 9th, I think.
all right, all right.
2026. Yep, January
Well,
9th.
that's a good hype train.
Yeah. So you said you had something here. You got super hyped as soon as you saw it.
Dude, I'm
So,
super fucking hype. I'm not even gonna fluff it no more. You either love it or you hate it. The new fucking Toy Story is coming out, baby. Toy Story
okay.
5. Super fucking excited for that. I love Toy Story. The whole reason I love Toy Story is I think a big part of it is I was there for the first movie. Like when it came out in 95, I think that was the year. If I'm not right on the year, fuck you. But I was 5 or like 6, 7 years old when the movie came out. I remember my mom taking me to the movie theater to see it with her boyfriend. I remember being like, wow, just like, because at the time, you had never seen anything like it. There was absolutely nothing like it. This was the motherfucking pioneer of what we are immensely drowning in right now, which is animated movies. So, just when I'm 35 years old now, so looking back, I'm like, wow, like, Like, that's crazy. Like, that first thing I saw. So I kind of feel like my childhood is better than yours because of that. But,
Yeah,
you know,
because I mean, that was like the digital animation and the switch over from
right.
the cell animation. So, and I know you talked about like Shrek
Oh, I
had
love
that too.
Shrek.
So, which one? I can't remember who did it first. Well,
Uh,
because
Toy Story did. Toy Story
okay,
was the first ever.
and
Yeah.
then Shrek was like the year after or
Nah,
something.
Shrek was there was I forget his name. You're putting me on the spot here. But one
Yeah.
of the people behind Toy Story, when Disney was switching CEO roles, I think like when Walt had died or something,
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
he got passed over for another gentleman for creative control at Disney. So what he did was he created DreamWorks, and DreamWorks wrote Shrek, which Shrek is a huge fuck you to all Disney everything. It's like it's just shitting on Disney characters the
yeah.
entire movie. But no, Toy Story was the first ever like animated, digitally animated movie ever. So
Gotcha.
nobody had ever seen anything like it. Now it's like everything's like that. I
Yeah.
mean, Jesus, they come out with a new animated movie every single 3 months, I want to say. But Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are returning for this. They have done all five of them. I think that's incredible for just for one, how big Tom Hanks is. He must really love it. And Tim Allen is also returning. Now, I watched an interview he was giving. It seems like he's done with this role. This might be the last one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure. They won't comment on it, but you can just kind of tell from their energy when they're giving questions about or answering questions about it. It's like, this is probably the last one. They keep talking about how great it's been for their careers.
It's
And
probably, I mean, I know we got technology and AI and all that stuff, but like people want to hear their natural voices, right? And they're
right,
getting older. And it's just
right.
no way to disguise the fact that you're
Yeah.
getting older and you know, like
And they're
that's
trying to
probably
make up
plays
for it in
part
the
of it,
movie too. Like they're
you know.
the whole thing behind this movie is going to be like Woody's life as a lost toy. If you're following the Toy Story, like 4 was good, but it's kind of like, all right, they got to wrap it up cuz
Yeah.
4 was like it was just
I
I
never
will
saw
s-
4.
you never saw 4? 4 is good.
No.
I might have to link that movie somehow, make you fucking watch it. But rumors is it's going to be like a multiverse of playtime angle. They're going to focus on Bonnie growing older. And I think it might be the last one. I'm not sure. People might ask, why does Pixar keep making them? It's guaranteed money. Why do they keep making Fast and Furious? It's $100 million guaranteed in and out. So if like I think last time, I think Toy Story 4, man, I wonder how much money to look, they make oodles of money, ladies and gentlemen. Like,
Yeah.
you know, but like you said, the actors that play the characters are getting older. It's very clearly and visible. I mean, so who knows? I'm not entirely sure, but
They used to call New Line Cinema, or they still do, I guess, the house that
right.
Freddie built because of the success of A Nightmare on Elm Street. They should call Pixar the house that Woody built because that's basically what it is.
Yeah. Now, some listeners might ask if Lightyear will be connected. Again, Lightyear was just the Buzz Lightyear movie they
Oh, I
had.
forgot about that. Yeah, I didn't see that one
They
either.
won't be connected in any way, shape, or form, I'm hearing. And I think it's because of all the negative press they got for the movie itself. Like, but
Okay.
yeah, with
So
that
they're sort of
whole
retconning that storyline and they're like,
right. I mean, for those that don't know, I think like the two girls kissed in the movie or something, and everyone lost their freaking minds, like, oh my god, why are Buzz Lightyear girlfriend kissing another girl? What's going on here? I'm like, dude, it's 2025, people. I mean,
did you go to the theater for that one?
for Lightyear, no, I've never seen the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not a big look. Disney is a powerhouse, and what they've been doing, I think some of it hits and a lot of it doesn't. And I mean, like, they're making movies that are, Lightyear from Toy Story. They'll make, I don't know how many Star Wars shows they have right now, like just shows, like series, but they got a bunch. They make these side projects, and some of them hit, some of them don't. I might see Lightyear down the road. I'm not a Disney Plus subscriber. It's fucking super expensive. That's why it's like one of the most expensive subscriptions to have. I think it's like almost $40 a month. And there's nothing that like Disney has. I know like now when I read stuff, I think Disney's up and coming. I think Disney, they're adding a lot more not Disney stuff to their subscription. So, you know,
Well,
then
because they own everything.
right, they got Marvel, Star Wars, like they got
Dude, they
what's
own Alien, Predator, because they bought like the
right,
Fox catalog. They own everything. Like,
everything, yeah.
dude, it's
They
insane what
own
they own.
ESPN too, which is like they incorporate that in the package. If you subscribe to Disney Plus, you also
Yeah.
get ESPN Plus. So, and you get Hulu. I think they own Hulu as well. So I'm not sure about the Hulu thing entirely, but I know the subscription package comes with Hulu, ESPN Plus, and then Disney Plus. But I love Toy Story. I think Toy Story is incredible. I think a lot of people feel just like me. If you were a 5 to 8 year old and this movie came out, nobody had ever, no kid, I'm saying, like a child,
Yeah.
had seen anything like this before. And now everywhere you go, you have a child with a television screen that has all different variations of digitally animated movies, shows,
Yes.
whatever. So just think about how crazy big it was, man, to like
Yeah.
have a world with no tablets, no, not the whole world being so connected, just how much money Disney made off Toy Story, my guy. Like,
Yeah.
it's like from toys to sheets, clothes, posters, everything. I mean, fuck, the movie's called Toy Story. I remember McDonald's toys were selling them. They had the stuffed animals they would sell at one point, man. It
Oh,
was
so I screwed up when I said Pixar. So Toy Story is not Pixar, it's Disney?
no, it's Pixar.
Okay.
It's DreamWorks is Shrek. Pixar is Disney. Disney Pixar.
Okay, Disney bought Pixar. Gotcha.
I think they always own Pixar. I think Pixar
Okay.
is the animation process
It's the
behind like digital.
digital portion of Disney. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's Sony DreamWorks, if I'm not mistaken. So
Gotcha.
Sony DreamWorks, Disney's Pixar. I'm not sure about the
Gotcha.
Sonys, but Pixar did write statements about the tone of this new Toy Story. It is going to be emotional, adventurous, possibly meta, similar to the Lightyear approach, but not connected. Again, it's not connected to Lightyear in any way. And also, I just want to keep saying this because it's really sad. We might not get another Toy Story after this one. They might do spinoffs, who knows? But it's just, it makes you feel old, you know, Toy Story being done. Like, it makes me feel really fucking old. And I don't want to get older. But yeah, that's my motherfucking hype train. I think that's the motherfucking show.
Yes.
If you're not
Yes, it
subscribed,
is.
guys, you made it this far. Guys, please like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell anybody you can. Put your friendship on the line. Have them subscribe to the show. Me and Jacob got a goal trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as we fucking possibly can. We will be releasing shorts every week during the show from Thursday all the way until the next one. So if you're into that shit, subscribe to the show. And every time you log on, you'll get a short or two.
Yeah.
Jacob, you
If
got
you're
anything
listening,
else?
go to Apple, leave us a review.
Right, that's
You
right.
know,
Yay, we're on
what's
Apple.
crazy is you never know what's going to happen. Our least watched video on YouTube is our highest watched video on Apple.
That was
So
wild to see. When you told me that, because like we always joke about like, that being the worst engaged episode on YouTube is Barney's version. And it makes me feel shitty as like, a movie podcaster because I chose that movie and obviously nobody gives a fuck about it.
well,
But
that's why I wanted to let you know, give you some redemption. I was like,
hey man,
look,
fuck it.
dude, we
If
just
you
got
don't
a
like
surge.
Barney's version, then you just don't like drama. I thought it was a great fucking drama.
Yeah.
And if you love Paul Giamatti, you're gonna love Barney's version. That's just it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it is cool to see. We are on Apple, we are on Spotify. I don't say that enough on this show, but I should say it every single episode. Apple, Spotify. Go subscribe. Go listen if you're more into like the whole radio vibe. Um, I love listening to us on the radio way more than I like watching it on YouTube, because it feels like when you're watching it on YouTube, you feel like, all right, well, I'm dedicated now because I can't just switch off because now I'm feeding the algorithm like this
Yeah.
motherfucker just watched 1 minute of it. So
Yeah. My
no, we'll
wife's
take
totally Apple because she's the same way. She's
right.
just too busy to like sit down and watch the whole show on YouTube. So when she's working out and stuff, she'll listen to it and tell me what's going
It's a
on.
good listen, guys. Go check us out. This is Flicking Off. I'm Mark. That's my cousin Jacob. Again, we're gonna come to you week to week every Monday at 12. We're gonna be breaking down another movie. We're gonna link the movie Nocturnal Animals to another movie somehow, some way, some shape, some form. It's your job to figure it out. If you can figure it out, there's $100 on the line, and we're doing it just like the show. However the fuck you want us to send you the $100, if you comment on this video the movie we're gonna do next, and you're right, we're gonna send you $100 however the fuck you want. And we love you. Peace.
Peace.